Well, this is the old guy. It's kind of a tepid, little bit blustery, occasional showery, humid, semi-warm day in July here. Just past the center point of July. And I'm here to add course selection to my new school of professional derelicting, or dereliction, if you choose to call it. Um, there's derelicting alone, and then there's derelicting group dereliction, which is a whole different set, whole different. It involves use of dereliction therapy. Takes some tenets from I call it these. This whole new school is based on you know uh, dime store philosophy, kitchen table theology, and backwoods psychology. And, uh, group dereliction is very different because now, instead of sitting doing nothing and practicing doing nothing, which is the reverse psychology, is that you find out once you get, uh, you know, uh, the innervation, the training of dereliction, you find out that you start producing things because energy has to be used. Uh, Doing nothing creates this buildup of backed up energy, sort of like potential energy, and it needs to go somewhere, usually to thought, to movement, and to action, whatever that action may be. It could be intellectual, physical, uh, anything. So the funny thing about learning to do nothing is that you end up doing something, and you end up producing what naturally will come out. Instead of trying to keep busy, uh, you'll get busy, and that has to be monitored because you can trail off into the busyness, and because it has to do with connected with, you have to explore areas of identity and work and things like that. Um, so in group dereliction, the first thing is you really need to have somebody in the group who's a professional derelict coach, because in group dereliction you'll be sitting around and telling stories and stuff, but you don't know, especially when it's a new group, as people you don't know that you come upon, you don't know the trigger issues, the sore points in people's lives. It could be anything. Usually, you start out with uh, it's either to do with politics or religion, which you really, really need to stay away from. Uh, but it could, you don't know, it could be anything. Family relationships, problem areas have to be avoided. A coach knows how to redirect a group away from such things, uh, because that starts a whole process of mind chatter, and causes people to have a head case about their issues instead of just derelicting, hanging out and chilling. You have to take the course in hanging out and chilling because that's a whole skill set you really need. Teenagers know how to hang out and chill, and they know how to avoid problem issues very successfully. And us being adults and older adults, we don't do that, especially if you're um, middle class white America or Eastern European or German or French or English, you just can't hang out and chill. It's like it's just it's cultural, historical, cultural thing. Um, so in group dereliction, you need to have a coach there for a while till somebody you get the skill set of knowing uh, where to go and where not to go, and to people end up worrying about what they're going to do, or they're going to go do something, and you have to redirect them to not do it, to do nothing until they absolutely really need to do something. Um, you know, uh, oh, good, the sun's coming out. So this is the introduction to the group derelicting. The you have to, in the group, you have to get centered, like they do in what's called Gestalt therapy. In a group, foreground, background, all that. Center yourself where you are in the present. Steady focus, clearance of mind, and presence, and the presence and the shape of other people, and their grounding where they're in your dereliction group. Um, that takes a long time. That can't be something that's learned out of a book or a method or anything like that. So, group dereliction, introduction 101.